直播初期开心自己，传法随续人才，连线读书一起来，我们要往这个方向。相互激励，说实际，相约文法，心笃定，相信自己有潜力，永葆初心，正精进的一个方向。而刚才的回顾影音呢，是由我们的翠莲师姐做的，我们用热烈掌声感恩我们影片回顾小组的棒棒接力，感恩。好，大家一起念一下好不好？慈悲行善福满门，智慧处世得传家。我相信呢，在这一个时间点，应该是更多人很熟悉，因为上人给我们今年这样的一个祝福哈。那大家最近呢，应该是一直都有收到这样的一个部分，所以我们愿你喜乐，愿你美满，家人安康，岁月静好。
Okay, good day, everyone. This is an online study group. Okay. So it's close to the Chinese New Year, and next year it will be the rabbit of the year. So we wish everyone have a very good and healthy year. And next week we will have a speaker from Ciji Hospital, and we also will have our principal from our Ciji University. And we also have great healers. It's our great healer team in Kaohsiung. And as you can see from the screen, there are very good famous movie. If you can stay with a TV program every Sunday. Okay, and as usual, TV always invite many celebrities to talk about their story of being a vegetarian. Today, the speaker is Jiang Mengyun, who is an illustrator. She said, I am a vegetarian. And when she was little, she ate fried chicken, she ate beef, she ate pork. And at the same time, she also raised cats and dogs as her pets. But then she realized that a chicken, pig, or cow, actually they are as cute as her pets. And they are all her friends. And people don't kill friends. So they were thinking maybe she should stop eating meat. So she decided not to eat meat. But in the first few months of trying not to eat meat, from time to time, she still ate seafood. And then she also realized that those sea lives can be considered her friends too. And in her drawings, she always expressed the harmony between human beings and animals. So they should be treated equally. In her drawings, this is the main point, that she wants all the readers to understand that animals and human beings, they are all equals. And the main reason for her to be a vegetarian is very simple. She just wants to make her life calm and peaceful and relaxing. So let's give the young generation a big hand. So this is the reason for a young generation, young people like her to eat vegetarian. So we wish that everyone can live healthy and safe. So like the things evolution, it will say that a truly successful person is accepted by everyone and accept everyone. And every time we remind ourselves, Master Zhengyuan's idea talents are those who are humble but not arrogant, and open-minded and can control over the temper. We work hard and harmoniously with people, and we show our good manner on the speech, and we have the enlightened and purified mind. So with those characters, Master Zheng Yan will feel relief because those are Master Zheng Yan ideal talents. So we wish everyone can be Master Zheng Yan's ideal talents. So please put your hands in front of your chest and say, Master Zheng Yan, please be relieved. We are your ideal talent. So in the first week of the new year, we have to make a list. And then Master Zheng Yan will give her thumbs up to show her blessings. So if you sit next to, so please give everyone the same gesture to the one sit next to you. And then from screen, you can see Master Zheng Yan's expectation on 2020. She said that she is blessed because there are so many disciples who pass on Dharma teaching, and they did good things for Buddhism and for the sentient being. And so Master Zheng Yan expects that we can put the Dharma teaching in our heart and become a lineage, and actually one seed can create infinity. Also, on April 25th, 2020, Master Zheng Yan again gave her teaching. And she said that she was grateful that there are a whole bunch of disciples who are very wise. They spread the love, they do the interpretation, translation, and not just Chinese, but it's internationally. So people over the world can be connected and understand her teachings, and truly grateful. So Master Zheng Yan, her gratitude is beyond the words. So Master Zheng Yan hopes that the relation with disciples can pass on generation to generation and life after life. And because of Master Zheng Yan's encouragement and expectation, so we can recruit so many volunteers doing the interpretation and the translations. And Master Zheng Yan is really blessed because those disciples, they speak for Master Zheng Yan. So we hopefully through the platform, we can spread the good story of Tzu Chi and to the people over the world. So right now, we recruit over 300 volunteers doing interpretation and written translation. And yesterday, we just complete the Taiwanese interpretation, and we were divided into 2 groups. And since we have so many different languages, if there is any new language, will they be welcome to join us? Of course, we welcome that all the talents can give their talent and spread the love with us. So this is the first week of the month, and then we have many different language interpretation. And this is a local Japanese volunteer. He said that because of the language difference, I may not understand Master Zheng Yan's teaching this life. But if I can keep listening and get familiar with Master Zheng Yan's voice, and next life, I will understand Master Zheng Yan's teaching. So today, English interpretation, this is the first week of the month, and they are in Jingsi Hall. They were going to provide the interpretation for us. Thank you for those sisters and brothers' interpretation. And we have this is the team member doing the Cantonese interpretation. Thank you again for the sisters. They are located in Hong Kong and in Australia. And also we have the Cambodia interpretation. They are super great. And now you can see this is a Malay. Thank you for those sisters. And you can see actually some of them are from Australia and some are from Malaysia. And this is our Taiwanese interpretation.
2月1号，他即将呢跟我们的寄顺师兄呢是回到我们的主场，因为我们即将启动是我们的云端同学会，所以。
And this is not only those volunteers are not only from Taiwan, but also we have the one volunteer from America. And in the earlier February, we will have a team member reunion in the cloud. But that day, we will just have the gathering in the Jingsi Hall. And now you can see there is a feedback from our team members. Sorry, I misplaced one feedback. But now we can see what we have from Wu Jialin. She said, actually, this feedback was written after she had a dialogue section with Master Zhenyan. And actually, this is a very, very touchy story. She says she is new and she is receiving the big challenge. And once she heard there is a phrase, say, a gift from heaven. But in the past 2 years, she thought she was a junk falling from the heaven. And because of the COVID-19, she was laid off by an airline company, which she has been working for years. And then the road to find a new job was kind of bumpy. At that time, actually, she was very depressed. But when she joined the foreign language team, she felt grateful because she received so many love and care from Tzu sisters and brothers. And she feels great that she can join the the Kaohsiung English interpretation team. And when she took the job for doing the interpretation for the online study group, she thought she was preparing. She worked so hard, like she was preparing the college entrance exam. And when she found her name and the picture on the Kaohsiung interpretation team poster, she was so happy, like she was approved by the college. And everyone was very impressed about her interpretation because she did a good job. And although we already have over 200 volunteers doing the interpretation and the translation, but actually we would like to continue to invite more people to join this group. And so far, the whole team member of the online study group is already close to 500. And we still keep working on it. And hopefully we can reach 2,000 team members. So Jialin said that when she joined the online study group, she really received many love and caring from the online study group. And today, actually, she was doing the interpretation for us too. So everyone can be a talent. And now I'm going to introduce the team member for those who are taking the photos and doing the review video for us. So like you can see the slide from the left side. It will say that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. And Brother Hongkai was on the site. It was at the Jingsi Cafe today. And back then, back to 2009, at that time, the technology actually was not very popular, and I still working hard to catch up the technology. At that time, most of the people, they were sending through email. So I was thinking maybe I can make a good use of the cell phone to spread the good story of the Ciji. So this is the newest poster for me today. So let's read together. It was said that the genius of 1% of the inspiration and 99% of perspiration. So actually, genius is just a smart guy who does all his work.
在小客厅，2009年开始，在小客厅的时候，我就发下这个愿，希望能透过读书。
And actually, study online group is not my first study group. In 2009, the first study group actually was held at my living room, and after 11 years, we increased and we expanded, and we invited so many readers and participants to join the study group. And today, so we have the online study group. And now let's take a look on the feedback we received last week. Last week we received 107 messages and passed on for resharing 37 times. So you can see the feedback. You can see the feedback on the guided reader. Last week, there's a feedback about the guiding reader, Sister Xue Yu. The topic of the passing on Ciji's experience can always easy to learn the Dharma teaching and the Jingsi lineage from Master Zheng Yan. We also heard feedback on the speaker of the brother Qiming. Many participants, they appreciate the Qiming's masterpiece of the floor tiles, the artwork at the Hualian Jingsi Hall. So no matter where you are, please give us your feedback. Your feedback is the encouragement and the inspiration and the motivation for us to move ahead. And people say that Qiming's love is just like the love from the Buddha. So we send our speaker every feedback, and every speaker is very impressed and very touched. And now you can see we have feedback from the superintendent of Zhao Youcheng, who is the Taipei, who is the superintendent independent of Taipei Ciji Hospital. And so he said that if your heart is big enough, then you will tolerate and you will see everything is the same. But if you have a narrow mind, then you will find everything is different. We also had feedback on the pure practitioner, Huang Sihao. And he was giving us his wonderful sharing about the love and the treasure. And many people, they impressed about her sharing. So let's give those people who give us their feedback. And thank you for the people from America, Canada, mainland China, Malaysia, Japan, Australia, and Taiwan. You can also leave the message in YouTube in English. And now we kind of feedback from Malaysia. Effie, she said that the Sister Grace team is an expert in guiding reading segments. Always feel joyful listening to guiding reading as we are connected to Master's Dharma teaching. Well selected video clips with a great impact. it was a compliment to the guiding reader, Sister Xue Yi. So she always give us a precise and very good guiding reader presentation. And now you can see a very cute picture drawing by the Elizabeth from Malaysia. So the first section of the online study group today is the speaker from North California in America. Actually, he is also our team member. So when we search the news about the speaker, Brother Yang Hongkai, and actually he is also a documentary volunteer. Let's take a look on this video. So this video is talking about how Tzu Chi provide help, give the scholarship to the outstanding student who came from the impoverished family. So the young man, he said that I hope next year during the college, in my free time, I can contribute and I will join the Tzu Chi event to do the contribution. So you can see the name of the young Hongkai. So he always keep low profile, and actually he is a documentary volunteer. And let's see another video. There's a rice dumpling, a very big rice dumpling because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Tzu Chi volunteers, they work so hard to promote the vegetarian. And you also can see Cai Hongkai's name as the documentary volunteer. So now let's take another video. Again, it's in the North California annual meeting. Annual meeting is an important event of the year. So the speaker is trying to promote the environmental protection concept. He is wearing sunglasses. The frame was made by water bottle. And also you can see the sisters wearing the clothes made by the water bottle. Give everyone a very good demonstration. Now from the screen you can see the first speakers that we invited from North America, Yang Hongkai and his wife. He is our team member of English interpretation. The second week of the month, you can listen to her interpretation. Now, he is very good. He is very good in the calligraphy. So actually, there is a story behind this calligraphy. So now you can enjoy her sharing. So let's welcome Brother Hongkai and Sister Zirui. So dear Master Zheng Yan, and dear Master Zheng Yan, and the masters from Singapore, everyone, good day. We are from North California, United States. So I am Hongkai and I am Zirui. So the topic that I'm going to share today is do a self-assessment of our life. So today I'm going to share that how we devote our free time, how we devote ourselves to do Tzu Chi events. So I'm going to make an assessment of our life. So first of all, I graduated from Taiwan University, and I'm a computer program designer. I'm not a genius. Just like teacher Meiyun said that we don't need to wait until we are great to start. We need to start, and then we will be great. So we needed to seize the moment and do the good deed for the present life. So I would like to give my time to our wife. So Wang Zirui, she graduated from Sida University, Taiwan, and she has a master degree in education from University of Southern California, as well as a master degree in computer science from California State University. And now she is a high school teacher teaching math in English. So how do we meet each other? Back then, actually, we met on blind date. We sat in on a class of calligraphy in Sida University, Taiwan, and participate in the competition together. Once she won the first prize in writing article about the volunteer stories in Taiwan. So when we the affinity about how we met Tzu Chi is because my wife was a teacher at the Tzu Chi school. So when we do the fundraising for Tzu Chi event, I also bring my children to join the activity. So we practice the Master Zheng's teaching in our daily life. And then how do we join the online study group? And so Zirui, she said that in the first beginning, we feel very sorry about the teacher when she make another big vow, when she want to establish an interpretation team. So Brother Baoru and Li San, they said that if Meiyun couldn't find any volunteers to do the interpretation, we will be willing to help them out. So after we have the interpretation team, Brother Baoru create a verse, and Li San immediately translated into English, and then I wrote it in a calligraphy, and it was always kept in Baoru's house. And today we feel grateful, and we brought it to Kaohsiung. So when I was invited by Meiyun to come to online study group to give this sharing, and I called Baoru immediately, but at that time Baoru was actually already in Malaysia, and luckily his children come home for a short period of time. So that's why we can bring the calligraphy come here. So what is the context of this verse? The verse means online study group recruit so many living bodhisattva came from different places. They pass on Dharma lineage word by word. And with the sincerity, we will receive the divine power like a precious tent to protect us. So we hope that everyone can work hard together and receive the divine power to spread the Dharma water all over. to purify people's mind, to eliminate the defilement, so that all the sensual beings can live in a cooling place, like to live in a Buddha land. Through the interpretation team, through the online study group platform, after we translate it into many different languages, so people all over the world understand the Master Zheng Yan's teaching and recruit many living bodhisattva. It's a good affinity, like the brother Baoru. He created this verse to express the Master Zheng Yan's teaching. We feel grateful that we have this chance, we have this opportunity. We need to work hard together. So from little to big, from zero to now, it's over close to 1,000 team members. So we don't need to wait until we were expert to start. We needed to start, then we will become expert. So it's very impressed. It's very impressed about the Zirui. She learned Chinese, but now she used English to teach math. So when Baoru talked to you, did he mention that I was very? Did he mention that he was really sorry for me because I make this vow? Actually, I was begging Baoru to give me a hand. If there is no volunteer want to do the interpretation, and Baoru said like no problem. So right now, English interpretation team, we have 2 groups from America. So a couple who work on the Bodhisattva path together it can benefit many people, and they set up a role model for us. When we have the dialogue section with the Master Zheng Yan, there were so many groups. They would like to join the dialogue section with the Master Zheng Yan because we are pressed for the time, and so I would like to have all the team members to give their sharing to Master Zheng Yan. And I would like to give this opportunity to those members, to those team members who continuously and who always stay with Tzu Ji, always stay with online study group over 7 years. So we have many volunteers, like from Canada or from America, and or from Taiwan. And so after Master Zheng Yan listened to those volunteers sharing, Master Zheng Yan give us her expectation. And Master Zheng Yan said that since you have so many volunteers doing the contribution for the online study group, why don't you increase the online study group to more countries? So that's why we have the interpretation and then written translation later. So Sister Teacher Meiyun, she said that if you have the microphone on your hand, you can only say yes to Master Zheng Yan. I really appreciate to Brother Baoru's support. Actually, when he heard that the Master Zheng, when he heard the Master Zheng Yan gave Teacher Meiyun this assignment, he thought it's kind of difficult for Meiyun. So he really feels sorry for me, and he thought that it's impossible. But also, he told me that if you couldn't find any volunteers doing the interpretation, I and myself and my wife, and I also will invite brother Hongkai to join this interpretation. That's how we establish the English interpretation thing step by step. Actually finding the volunteer doing the interpretation from North America, actually I'm not worried about it because we already have the catching phrase team who can speak English. So we started from to invite volunteers from catching phrase doing the interpretation, and also in Kaohsiung because we have foreign language team in Kaohsiung, so I'm not worried about to have an interpretation team from Kaohsiung. And then we were recommended by our headquarters from Hualien, and then later on we have a team member from Australia and also from New Zealand. They're all willing to do the English interpretation team. So it is really, you don't need to wait until you are expert to start. You need to start and then to be an expert. So you see, Baoru created this verse, and then Hongkai and brother Hongkai write it in calligraphy, and then Sister Li San translated into English. So it's really very touching. So hopefully we can pass on the love. Although Baoru couldn't personally send this back to Kaohsiung, but we really appreciate. Let's give Hongkai and Zirui a big hand. And also, please, Brother Xinghong, take a picture for us. Thank you again for Hongkai and Zirui's wonderful sharing. Thank you. Thank you.
那我们看来木心木爱，也请那个美丽跟袁慧玲准备一下哈。好，我们看一下木心木爱，现在我们到第93周，累积到49051.13朵了。
Okay, so let's come over back here. And let's get prepared, and we are ready for the next session. And let's take a look, and we have more than 40,000 of the lotus sutras, the lotus flowers here. And it means that we are always doing good deeds, collecting love all around the world. And it is almost 50,000 like lotus flowers, right? And I am so glad to see this. And please, okay, let our team and experience such happiness right there. And we will continue doing so. And wherever you are, whether you are in Kaohsiung or not, or you are in the Jinshi bookstore, and you can just come over here to Kaohsiung, and we have many good products offering to you in the Jinshi bookstore, and they are good quality, and we have a very wonderful a sterilizer which can just protect our environment. And today I am going to introduce you a little bit about sterilizer 4.0, and it can not only be clean to your hands, but also it can just sterilize your hands away from bacteria and the germs in your environment. And it is really clean, and you don't get worried about hands being dirted or cuts in there, and you won't feel any inflammation or allergy there. and you will feel just comfortable after you wash your hands. And we also have like a big pack there, and it is also really environmental protective there. And you can just refill the content there, and it really is very environmental, like a protective there. And this is really kind of a good product that really, as I said, that protects our environment. And this is a product from the Da'ai technology. And it always like invents and develop like environmental protective products that really protect our environments. And today, again, I introduced to you about our new product. This is a detergent there, okay? And it is a quote, as you can see, when I just did this when I was 20-something years old. If you always rely on someone else and you can just develop your strengths, and I say you are just a light bulb, but I really want you to be a generator that like delivers power to light up people's bulbs, right? Okay, and this is what I said when I was 20-something years old, right? And now the next session, and we will be on our session of Mr. Zheng Yuan's preprint, the footprint, and today we will have a teacher, Wu Chrngyao, okay? And she's gonna be delivering you the footprint part. And ladies and gentlemen, good day. I am Chrngyao, and my Dharma name is Sentient. And today I'm gonna be sharing with you the spring part of the Mr. Zheng Yuan's footprint 2022. And in March, in Taoyuan, Jinsi, we have a lot of volunteers going back to Hualien and had a wonderful sharing with Mr. Zheng Yuan. And they shared with Mr. Zheng Yuan that they did a relief jobs in Shanlin because of Typhoon Merak. And it was really heartwarming because it reminded me of my own personal experience. I just got into Tzu Chi because of this, like a Merak typhoon. I helped rebuild schools and the disaster in that area. And I witnessed that the teachers in that area had to not only take care of the children there, but also do the relief jobs. And they were super busy. And the teachers there just seek help from Tzu Chi. And I promised to, help a little bit there. And that time I was not certified yet, and I was just a kind of a volunteer as you as other else, right? And I did my best and help students on the supplementary classes. And because we had a lot of students in there, so I had to participate in the supplementary classes almost every day. And we needed over 10 teachers every day. However, the roads were just damaged there, so we couldn't just arrive there on time. Therefore, that we really kind of traveled far, and we spent almost 5 or 6 hours just getting there. And we did this. You will know that how tough it was there, right? Okay, and so we were a little bit afraid because of the darkness in there during the night time. And we had a lot of volunteers with me, therefore it was not a problem at all for me, right? And I was excited that I could just tell stories to the children. I was kind of too happy too early, right? Okay, and the real situation was that students and pupils never listened to me because they jumped up and down, and they jumped up and down, okay, and they were just playing a hide and seek, something like that. Nobody wanted to listen to me, so I felt very frustrated, right? Okay, therefore I thought about other ideas, and I wanted to bring them some kind of activities which can make them exercise more, right? And I couldn't imagine that it has been the 13th years that I have been insisting on doing so, right? Okay, and I was happy, and Mr. Zheng was really glad hearing my sharing. Okay, and you can take a look right there. Okay, the village eye there is different from then, right? Okay, and we always hope that the residents there could just have a regular life and their children could just have a happy life, right? So let's take a look at this film here. And every week we have like a supplementary classes in Sanlin village there, and children were so excited at having such classes, right? I like badminton. And when the badminton is like flying up in the air, I felt really healed, right? And with love and the praises, this is the way teachers just, interact with all the children there. And for the second classes, and the students are in the Affinities education, and the gifts are prepared for students as well. I realize a lot of students here use their allowance to buy something that are not okay, and I want to let them know how difficult it is when their parents are making money. In the future, I don't want to be a thief because it is illegal and I will be arrested. Okay, and with love and with a lot of efforts, and we guide students' behavior gradually. Okay, and in the supplementary classes, and we take like a messaging and like a preach, right? And we put it into action. And if we can just participate in such a project, and we are drenched in the Dharma. And all the teachers there just carry the love to just hold on all the classes there. And let's take a look at how teachers experience their like supplementary classes there. And at the very beginning, and such classes were held in Qisan, and then we moved to like Sanlin until the village was done there. Okay, and therefore we use some kind of empty places for such a supplementary classes there. And because all the houses had to be occupied finally by residents, therefore we had to move our supplementary classes to other places, and it lasted for 4 to 5 times there. Okay, and after we gave the classes and we did them Affinities education, and as you can see in the pictures, right, students didn't come over. Not all students come over here because their classes were still going on, so it is kind of allowed in there. And again, all the teachers just carry their love and patience, so we can just have such classes going on there, right? And to catch students' eyes, and we give like a diversity of different classes there, such like a PE classes and games, and a lot of like a cut and the paste, such something like that. And we even have like a flower arrangement classes, right? And we just want to catch students' eyes. And on Thursday evening, we also give them Affinities teaching there, right? And it requires a lot of efforts and teachers there, right? So we send many groups of teachers over there. Besides, we also send another group of teachers going to students' homes and do the home visitation and try to listen to parents' thinkings. And also, we had kind of a senior citizen classes there, because in their families they also have like a seniors, like a grandparents, right? So in the future, in that future, we also had a program that educates new immigrants from like South Asia, and because they have some like mothers, from other countries, right? So we held all the different classes like gradually. And you can see in the film, okay, the seniors are trying to play the drums, right? And you see they are really happy, right? Okay, and they really performing the well. And so everybody had a good time there, not only students, but also the seniors there. And then let's move on, okay, to Wednesday evening. And as I said, we have a program that educates new immigrants, right? Okay. And we also find a lot of volunteers who are good at like other works coming over to teach them a lot of designing classes and a lot of interesting like activities, right? And within such a selfishness and like a wonderful time, okay, and students and the parents and all the residents were really had a good time. However, let me tell you this, we sometimes wanted to give up because of some frustrations from students who didn't participate and listen well there. However, Mr. Zheng Yan's encouragement to really stay with us, so we are still here now, okay? And let's take a look at this video. Because of a Typhoon Merak, and we see the young children can be inspired. So we are there with them in the supplementary classes. And the Tzu Chi teachers came over to the remote areas to give them support. And we as like an education bureau are really thankful to them. And every week in Sanlin village, and Tzu Chi teachers like give supports to the students. And we know, we are sure they really need us people to be with them. And sometimes the teachers are more in numbers than students there. So here we not only help them in schooling, but also the Jinsi aphorism teachings, right? And we are here to just do the homework and sometimes just chat with them. So we are happy about this, right? And we have to do everything like carefully and mindfully, and we can just do it in our entire life. I really want to listen really carefully in class to the teachers, right? And volunteers would just go to students' homes and see what they need. And we will share with them about our experience, okay? And they will also tell us like what they need in their life, right? Therefore, we are awarded the Social Contribution Award. And Tzu Chi teachers take care not only the students, but also every resident there, every household and the family there, right? And this is a hope, and this is the world there. And here, aside from Sanlin village, I really wanted to I really wanted to invite more of you coming here as our volunteers, right? Because we still need a lot of more volunteers. Okay, and I will still give you the honor. Okay, not only because the honor is not owned by myself personally, but it belongs to everybody right here. Thank you so much, right? Okay, and as a guiding reader, I think you have to get involved into the situation. And for guiding readers, they find what they want to talk about within their topics, right? And this is really wonderful that the teacher Qiming just got involved in this, so she can just give you such a wonderful presentation there. Thank you, teacher Qiming. Okay, and I'm sorry to her, right? And because she is a part of our Tzu Chi teachers in our teachers association, and she's really busy. Okay, and I still want her to do so. So I'm very sorry. Okay, and as I just take part in online study group Kaohsiung, I really had no time to go back to the Teachers Association in schools, right? Okay, so I say that I'm very sorry. Okay, and I was asked by many people that after I get retired, can I just have an online study group Kaohsiung? I said, of course, yes. And the day I got retired will be the day that the study group begins. And this is Wednesday, right? Okay. And we do good deeds, not because of anything else, but also our intention and our habits, right? So again, you don't have to be really something to begin, but you really have to begin and you get really something in the professional, right? Okay, so believe in yourself and you can do it, right? Okay, and we have a message here, okay, from Qingshui. Okay, she says that this is wonderful that we see a couple doing this, right? And Baoru is really talented, right? We have Liang Jun from Canada saying that thank you, Hongkai and Zirui, you are so wise and you are really my idol. Okay, and I'm so honored to be part of the KG Fresh team here. Okay, and you will just see that, oh, Baoru is in Taiwan now, right? Okay, all right, so this is kind of amazing for me, right? Okay, so today there are so many surprises for me, right? I feel, surprised. We have Wang Hui from Shandong saying that it is really, really nice that the couple are the interpreters, okay, and he really has a good talent in calligraphy, and they are really doing wonderful job. And Canada, okay, in Canada we have a Guan Xinlin says that, okay, with love and the strengths, and they really act in many good characters in online study group Kaohsiung. This is wonderful, and a lot of people are saying hello here as well, and we have volunteers from Kaohsiung, Taipei, and China, and a lot more here. And we also have one volunteer from Malaysia, and we receive more information, okay, messages from Mongolia and Beijing. Thank you so much, right? And the first one saying hello to us is that Xi Kaishan, and he always says that I am a member of an online study group Kaohsiung, and I'm really honored, okay, here. And today is cold, but we are always warm in heart, right? And this is how they feel, and the message they left here, right? And okay, so if you feel touched, so please, give us as many feedbacks as you can, right? Okay, and here is a wonderful daughter that accompanied her mother coming over to online study group Kaohsiung. This is wonderful here, right? Okay, and we have a Guan Xinlin from Canada saying that if you inspire yourself, and you can inspire a lot of people, and this is a power of a Dharma, and the supplementary classes is really a big hand helping students coming out, okay, from the darkness, right? And this is a wonderful online study group Kaohsiung, and we will have our first session in 2023, and this is kind of wonderful time for us here. And we have a catchy phrase here, and let's take a look about the catchy phrase, right? Okay, and let's take a look at what I have here. And we have a lot of guests coming here from the catchy phrase, right? And we have a lot of good love from the Tzu Chi hospitals, and we also have Sihao coming, okay, from Hualien, delivering love within us, right? Okay, and wherever they are and whoever you are, and they just deliver love, right? And you can just get online. So please, give them, a little bit encouragement, right? Okay. And here, Ding Xue like passes on the Jingsi Dharma lineage and the Suzheng spirit, reflecting on a group of dedicated, committed doctors that are supposed to build like Hualien Ziji Hospital. A drama called Sunshine on Grass Mountain tells like Gao Mingshan's stories that designed the great hole in Hualien. And Zhao Youcheng, like a superintendent of Taipei Ziji Hospital, said love is the best medicine in the world, right? And we also have a pure practitioner, Jiu Huang, that believes, the treasure and the love are always within us, right? And this is kind of wonderful, like a catchy fresh team. And this is a team from the United States, right? And again, I will repeat it again. And we have like a Gao Mingshan Sunshine on Grass Mountain, and it tells like Gao Mingshan stories that designed the gratitude hole in Hualien Jingsi Hole. And we also have like a Jiu Huang from Jingsi Abode that delivers love, and he believes that all the treasures in us are always there. Okay, and just because we don't know that, right? So give them a big hand. This is wonderful to have the catchy fresh team there. Okay, so here let's go ahead to the next session. Okay.
马尔达药师还跟我们同步帮我们翻译西语，然后直接翻成中文，让我们能够听懂的。这位张汉生师兄，其实是
the great love without borders.
我们在视讯连线的时候会有这个部分。那我们非常感恩我们的这样的一个美美的文编，来自英国的梁心凌师姐。
This is the story from Paraguay, Asunción.
这个美编应该是洋洋。好，我对不起，我再看一下。
They are coming from the England team. We thank for the team.
2015年10月28号，巴拉圭仁医胡安病逝。巴拉圭慈济仁医会召集在妻子马尔达
tell about the story of the Dr. Meza. In 2015, the Dr. Meza and his wife volunteers passed away in the Hualien Ziji Hospital, but he donated his cornea to make his dream come true. My dad is also want to waiting for the kidney, but the person can donate the kidney has wrong thinking of this kidney transplant. This Dr. Meza joined the Tima. He saved a lot of money just for coming to the Taiwan Tima. No matter how he is so sick, he needs to own the wheel, but he still wants to come to Taiwan to join the Tima. And I'm very happy on the way to Taiwan. Even he is the Catholic. He has the cross necklace, but his hands still have the Buddhist less bracelets. And I talked to Master Zhiji personally. I have the love and the peace in my mind. I cannot express my feeling with the words. And he is very happy to come back to Taiwan to meet the Master Shangren. That's his dream. And Dr. Meza. So we see these kind of films introducing the Dr. Meza. The Dr. Meza and his family came back to Taiwan every year. And Dr. Meza always came to temple to visit all the volunteers and Tima, even the distance from the Paraguay and Taiwan is so far away, but I still want to come back to Taiwan to learn something from Wang Chiji, Master Shangren. And even in Paraguay, there's a lot of overseas volunteers doing some work for the society. Even the COVID-19, there are a lot of the shortage of the medical supplies. Volunteers help to get the new medical bags for the hospital. Because we have the medical bags, we can save a lot of the lives in Paraguay. We also got some the funds from the Taiwan, so we can survive the COVID-19 pandemic. Even this year, we cannot come back to Taiwan or my family in Paraguay. So we have a lot of the COVID-19 supplies from Taiwan. So here's the Paraguay Dr. Meza's family. We say hello to Dr. Meza's family. They are in Paraguay. Hello everyone. They speak Spanish, rula. Mola. This is the first time of this year. We have the new version of the program. They don't use the Chinese to share with us. They will use the Spanish to share with us their stories. Here we meet all Dr. Meza's family there in Paraguay. We cannot communicate with them because they don't understand Chinese. So we need a Spanish translator for Dr. Meza's family. Now here's the Dr. Meza's wife. She's speaking Spanish. So here's the brother. He translates. Thanks, the Master Shangren. Good morning. I'm Meza. I'm the wife of Dr. Meza. I'm talking about the great love without borders. Now, Dr. Meza's wife is speaking Spanish. Today, I'm talking about the topic of the Dr. Meza's history. I entitled the story Great Love Without Borders.
Estoy más fortalecido tanto física, mental y espiritualmente. Pienso en usted cada día y me pregunto, ¿de dónde saca tanta bondad?
Here's still the wife of Dr. Meza speaking Spanish. The love can exceed barriers.
pero traje más conocimiento humano.
So Dr. Meza's great love can exceed all the barriers.
No se imagina todo lo que representa para mí este honor y quiero expresarle lo inmensamente feliz que estamos mi familia y yo en poder poner en práctica las bondades y ayuda.
Dr. Meza's wife continues speaking the Spanish.
在梅沙医师首次访问台湾，留下深刻的印象，尤其是上人师父对上人师父念之在之。在返回巴拉圭几天之后，他写了一封信给上人，信中他说到，个人对于师父上人的印象。
The first time Dr. Meza visited Taiwan, Dr. Meza had a very impressive. So he wrote a letter to Master Shangren. He told the Master Shangren he was so touched by the great love and the peace, and everybody is so friendly. So Master Shangren bring a lot of great love and a lot of good things to Dr. Meza. And I cannot express all the good feedback from Master Shangren, and those kind of feeling cannot be expressed with the words. And I will continue to express the good thing, the love to everywhere who needs my help.
Lo que somos sus familias, seguimos haciendo hasta hoy día. Este lazo de amor transformó a nuestras familias. Cada uno de nuestros hijos ya iba creciendo con la sabiduría de su chi. Tal así que hoy día todos estamos caminando al lado de la gran maestra, allanando y dejando huellas de amor y compasión de su chi en Paraguay. Con la guía siempre de nuestra amada maestra, estamos comprometidos y hicimos un compromiso de seguir a la gran maestra en esta vida y en las otras vidas que vendrán, pavimentando el camino de su chi de generación en generación. Ese amor que marcó la vida de la gran maestra Yen y el doctor Juan Meza continúa hasta hoy día. Y estamos comprometidos de ser las pequeñas luciérnagas que con su luz nítida alumbran el camino de su chi.
这趟的旅程已经标记了梅沙医师和师父上人之间师徒之缘的开端。梅沙医师承诺要担任巴拉圭慈济的种子，并开枝散叶。每一年，他一定回到他热爱的心灵故乡。
During the journey to Taiwan, the relationship between Dr. Meza and the Master Shangren is kind of mentorship. And Dr. Meza always miss Master Shangren. Now the Dr. Meza continue to do the Tzu Ji and be flourishing to all my family members. All my family members, every kid continue to do the Tzu Ji, and also they grow in wisdom. We follow the Master Shangren's steps. So all my families just follow the Master Shangren's steps. We continue to grow in the wisdom of Tzu Ji.
在2004年的访问中，梅沙医师曾经参访一位年长者的家庭的关怀访视，
And this great love changed our family. In 2004, Dr. Meza visited elder's family. Because the different language, they cannot communicate with this elder, but because of love, the elder can feel the love of Dr. Meza, even they have different languages.
Ya va dando sus frutos. En cada viaje venía más impresionado por la gran maestra y lo único que quería es volver a Taiwán y estar con la gran maestra.
Even Dr. Meza and the elders, they cannot communicate with the same language, but Dr. Meza's love and caring can touch the elder. And in the following years, Dr. Meza meets Master Shangren. Dr. Meza wants to be accompanying Master Shangren. And also Dr. Meza introduced all his family to Chiji, also to know the Master Shangren. All his family are the offsprings of Chiji. Dr. Meza continues to spread the seed of Chiji to his family members.
Que están dejando huellas de amor y compasión en Paraguay, atendiendo a los más desprotegidos, pavimentando el camino de su chi como la maestra enseña a sus discípulos. Por sobre todo, su deseo más grande es verla a la gran maestra, compartir con ella unos días en la morada, estar cerca de su mamá.
在2010年，梅萨医师与长女 Dr. Molly 和长女婿 Dr. Christian Arevalo 一起返回花莲。他们一行人都非常的兴奋，期待把所有的仁医工作成果向上人。
2001, Dr. Meza and his son-in-law came back to Hualien. They are all so excited to meet Master Shangren. All of them reported all the Chiji activities of Paraguay to Master Shangren. When they stayed in the temple, Dr. Meza shared all the experiences of Paraguay Chiji with all other Chiji members of Hualien.
Teníamos un deseo muy grande de agradecer a la gran maestra por nuestra casa de Suchi en Paraguay.
Dr. Meza's wife, first time to come to Hualien. Or Dr. Meza's family were very happy to visit Hualien.
Y nuestro amor por ella se multiplicó.
在2011年，终于轮到我陪同梅沙医师旅行赴台，这也是我多年以来最大的心愿，能够亲自认识上人师父，因为他早已成为梅沙家族的一份子，长期以来都是经由视讯。
2011, I accompany my husband, Dr. Meza, to meet Master Shangren. But in the past, I only saw the Master Shangren on the Zoom cloud. But this is my first time to personally came to Hualien to visit Master Shangren. I am so happy to meet Master Shangren. I show my appreciation to Master Shangren because we got a lot of learnings from Master Shangren, and we got a lot of love from Master Shangren. We are really appreciate.
Entonces, en una asistencia médica odontológica, él preparó un video que enviaría a la gran maestra, donde saber todo lo que él sentía en ese entonces. Era estar cerca de ella, vivir esa conexión de amor que siempre les unió.
在2012年、2013年，梅沙医师无法赴台向上人师父请安，但他成天都心里牵挂着师父，并企图以其他的方式转达给花莲，他能向上人报告在巴拉圭所进行的仁医工作。
2012, 2013, and Dr. Meza even could not personally say hello to Master Shangren, but Dr. Meza still talk to Master Shangren online. Dr. Meza is so miss Master Shangren. Dr. Meza never stops thinking of Master Shangren, even he could not come to Taiwan personally. He continued to miss Master Shangren.
Ahí en el hospital fuimos recibidos por su director general del hospital, el doctor Chao. Quedamos 2 días internados en el hospital de Taipei para hacerle una buena evaluación. Desde el principio sabíamos que él iba para quedarse al hospital Tzu-Chi de Hualien, para estar más cerca de la gran maestra. Partimos para Hualien y en la estación del tren ya nos esperaba una comitiva del hospital con el director general y la querida maestra de Chen. Ellos estaban muy preocupados por la salud del doctor Juan Meza. Inmediatamente fue trasladado en el hospital Tzu-Chi de Hualien, donde ya le aguardaba el jefe de departamento de trasplante y el jefe del departamento de nefrología. Fue sometido a varios estudios y dentro de eso se realizaba su diálisis día de por medio. Se le realizó cirugía con el fin de recuperar la otra pierna. Todo iba muy bien. Verdaderamente, en ningún momento él se sintió solo en el hospital.
Spanish-speaking Dr. Meza's wife.
Las maestras de la morada era continua y de los hermanos Tzu-Chi.
在2015年，梅沙医师的健康已经坏到不行。在2015年的5月，在很艰难的决心下，接受了医生的建议，必须将左脚截肢。也在同年8月底。
2015, Dr. Meza's health was getting very worse, so he decided to come back to Taiwan, Hualien, to receive treatment. Dr. Meza needed to get one leg removed. In Hualien Chiji Hospital, waiting for Dr. Meza to come to hospital to receive their treatments. So Dr. Meza got a lot of tests, like blood tests, all different kind of hospital examination tests. The Hualien Chiji team, doctors, Hualien Chiji team, kidney and surgery. The doctor of Hualien Chiji, they talk and the doctors, the doctor of Chiji Hualien, they take care of the Dr. Meza and want to save another leg of Dr. Mercy. They give a lot of love to Dr. Mirza and can make Dr. Mirza not very lonely in Hualien Hospital.
Que él sabía que estarían en el Congreso. Él se sintió muy emocionado. Estas imágenes fueron captadas en el Congreso.
在我们住院期间，正值当年全球人医年会 Tima 举行年会期间，梅莎医师每年都设法参加这个盛大的年会，但他最大的心愿是陪伴在上人身边。
During the hospitalization, the Tima, even Dr. Mirza is suffering from the illness, but Dr. Mirza insisted to attend the Tima. So the Dr. Mirza took 2 hours off from the hospital to attend the Tima. Dr. Mirza is so excited to attend the Tima, even he was very sick.
Establecido, ella estaría viajando el 6 de noviembre para Taiwán. Repentinamente, el doctor Juan Meza hizo un paro respiratorio que lo de unidades de terapia intensiva. Las noticias que daban los médicos ya no eran alentadores, ya me iban preparando para cualquier peor momento. Siendo así, ellos me preguntaron, ¿qué haríamos? Allí le comenté que su mayor deseo era ser mentor silencioso.
梅莎医师的病情变化非常的正常，医师群之间也决定进行可能的肾脏移植手术，而梅莎医师的长女 Dr. Molly 在巴拉圭医疗机构已经证实她的血液检验吻合，匹配可以作为她父亲肾脏的捐赠者。
Health is getting worse. The elder doctor, the oldest daughter's kidney test matched with Dr. Mirza's, and this daughter was waiting for the notice to give the kidney to his father, Dr. Mirza. But Dr. Mirza's health is getting worse and worse. Doctors in Taiwan told the family Dr. Mirza's health is very bad. They need to have some
Tal fue nuestra sorpresa cuando salimos a la puerta para tener acceso al patio la gran maestra.
You need to prepare the worst news from Dr. Mirza.
La gran maestra se acercó a él y ella dijo, ¿qué discípulo que sabe lo que su maestro quiso? Hizo entender la gran maestra que su deseo era verle también al doctor Juan Meza.
梅莎师姐回忆住院期间啊，梅莎医师经常提出要求，要走出病房到慈院的。
Dr. Mirza's and Master Shangren mentorship is very great. Dr. Mirza's asked for some walk outside of the hospital. One day, Dr. Mirza insisted to go out to meet Master Shangren, and all the staff, doctors, nurses, very shocked by Dr. Mirza's insistence going out to meet Master Shangren. masters, Shangren, they have knows Dr. Meza wanted to meet her. That's the feelings between mentorship. This kind of mentorship feeling between Dr. Meza and the Master Shangren.
Llevar a cabo todas las documentaciones nos llevó un día. Antes de salir a hacer las gestiones, subí a las unidades de cuidados intensivos. Por más que él estaba lleno de aparatos que le mantenían con vida, yo que él me escuchaba, le comenté, estamos haciendo, le dije, espérame terminara mi gestión, vuelvo junto a ti. Apenas entré en el hospital, me comentaron que solo a mí ya me estaba esperando. Entré, pedí de él antes que les desconecte de la máquina que lo mantenía con vida. Desde ese momento ya empezó el proceso de la extracción, que serán donadas. El deseo se ha cumplido, estar por siempre cerca de la gran maestra. También sus hijos viajaron y todos conocieron a la gran maestra.
他们的医疗团队曾经跟我商量有关外籍人士的捐赠情况的法源基础，但次日他们分析结果是，梅沙医师因为截肢、洗肾，整个身体的痛苦的过程已经丧失了，没有办法。team hospital team work. Dr. Meza's, because of the kidney disease and the last one leg, so Dr. Meza cannot donate his body to the Zhiji Medical School. But Dr. Meza still can continue to donate his cornea to recipient. So we, our family, just sign up the paperwork to let Dr. Meza donate his cornea. But even Dr. Meza have all kind of different machines, and I think Dr. Meza can still hear what I'm talking. Dr. Meza removed all the machines so Dr. Meza can donate his cornea. All my family members from Paraguay came to Taiwan to see Dr. Meza's, to visit Dr. Meza, to see his last time, the only last time. 我们将继续从事慈善工作，还有医疗的义诊。我们最热切的希望敬爱的上人师父，对我们放心，因为我们都是师父的弟子。我们将协助受苦受难的众生在各地留下。
We all my family, all my Dr. Meza's, all my family members will continue to do the Zhiji charity and the medical clinic in Paraguay. We will follow steps of all the Zhiji members, no matter it's a hospital or nursing home or slum housing, we continue to visit them to care about the poor and the sick people.
Todos debemos de aprovechar de cultivar un corazón de bondad y cultivar correctamente con la voluntad de servir y unir de amor a todos. De esta forma hemos creado un eslogan: donar una cama es salvar una vida. Y en el COVID 2019 llegamos a donar 41 camas en los hospitales de referencia COVID.
这是一条新开创的路径，我们将继续的努力，牢记师父上人的教诲，因为他经常陪伴我们。上人告诉我们要和和互协，协助在等待驰援的人们。
This is a new project. We continue to work hard to continue to do the 慈济。We supply the people who need help. Those people, they are poor, they need help. We continue to spread the love to those kind of poor people. During the COVID-19 pandemic, we donated one medical bed. We can save one patient's life. Master Sharon's teaching still passed down to generation to generation. We continue to pass down and devoted our love to people, to fulfill the spirits of 慈济。
这对我们来讲是出世的一个尝试，即便我们很多人其实听不懂西语，但是可以感受
The sky is the limit.
尤其是我们的梅莎夫人在谈起我们梅莎医生在台湾这一段时间受到的一个照顾，包括要去捐赠演讲末这样的一件事的时候
，Even many people cannot understand Spanish, but we can feel the love of the Dr. Meza's wife. Dr. Meza donated his cornea in Taiwan. So we are still very touched, and a lot of feelings from Dr. Meza's donating his cornea. And my mom, Dr. Meza's wife, is crying.
能够成军，所以今天汉森师兄呢，他在这边呢，然后跟我们这样的一个接轨，希望我们经过我们的努力，他也能够看得见。
Spanish language group is also established. We have some Spanish translator brother can help us to translate the Spanish. We hope the Spanish language group can be growing bigger and bigger to help more people who don't understand the Spanish. We thank for Dr. Meza's great contributions to 慈济, to all people who are poor and sick. Dr. Meza also introduced all his family members to 慈济.
这是慈济人本的医疗，爱与慈悲最佳的一个见证。感恩马尔达药师全家的大爱分享。
Family member continue to do 慈济 to spread the the love and all the help to people in Paraguay. Thanks for brothers' Spanish translation. And brothers, overseas brothers, do this kind of help for us. We very thank you for this brother.
透过我们的口译汉生师兄，也让我们遇见了大爱无国界。也希望这一段的分段直播有更多人可以把它传到我们的。
实际 went to Paraguay to meet Dr. Meza's family. We also see the great love without borders. We hope Spanish-speaking family in Paraguay, even they don't understand Chinese Master Shangren's teaching, they still learn something from Paraguay 慈济。We show the thank you to Dr. Meza's family. Thank you for this Spanish translator brother. And Dr. Meza's wife can speak Chinese. 感恩，感恩，无限感恩。Gracias.
我喜欢和你在一起。
Thank you for this translation. So it's the time for them to go to bed. Good night. They have very positive. They are very positive. Thank you to all of them. Dr. Meza's family. 加油加油 Dr. Meza's wife say 加油加油
他讲加油又讲感恩哦，他应该学很多哦，搞不好连 sign language 都会。
We continue to be happy to do 慈济 without give up.
Okay, lo vemos el próximo.
Okay.
加油感恩。
怎么说啊？
Gracias, María. Alfredo.
拜拜，他们的再见我们会讲，一起说拜拜。
Dr. Meza's wife probably even know the sign language. Silent language.
真的非常的感恩哈，其实要不要很感恩上人
Goodbye
让我们认识了
Bye bye. Good night.
然后因为上人就是让我们即便听不懂语言，但是也会透过你看他只有讲加油，我们就好开心；他讲感恩，我们好感动。所以为什么会这样？就是因为我们有上人。好，现在回到简报哈。
For sharing with us even the language that we don't understand, but we can really feel their efforts, their love, their appreciations. Now let's back to our presentations. And I'm sorry that I did not, because we have a lot of visitors at the moment, so we need to probably skip this part and starting to we're gonna find time and then to introduce this good feedback to you. And then lots of time that there are lots of words accumulated in their articles. Lots of people that once they have any kinds of sauce, any kinds of feeding, we can add it into article like this. Let's give a big hands to their editors. We expect them to publish a book to collect all kinds of the good effect. So now the overseas family returned to Taiwan. They are very, very welcome. Have you all seen the TV, the direct TV yesterday? They were all over on the TV. And let's take a look at the video. Weicheng is our representative. And in 2020 of April, our Catholic nun, Sister Angela, came over to Taiwan. Sister Angela, she's 97 years old.
祝福从十方而至，为慈济布里斯本联络处及慈济大爱幼教中心剪彩启用。会所基地面积1200平方公尺。
The blessing coming from all over the world to celebrate the buildings reconstruction and the kindergartens were opening. The original reconstruction plan was referred to the design of Jin Siho. But Tzu Chi want to get into the society, so in Australia, the ashram has to fit in the surrounding environment. So we finally decided that the herringbone rooftop doesn't really fit in the surrounding environments. And then we really appreciate that the master's acceptance. The design version has been changed more than 10 times. We wanted to incorporate with Tzu Chi's humanistic and eco-friendly concept.
And I thought that was a very wise thing for her to say. Yes.
很感恩他特别拨空呢就回到那个台湾去参观台湾慈济的进士堂、台湾的医院。
I'm really appreciate that he spares time to visit Taiwan, to visit our Tzu Chi Jinsi Hall and Tzu Chi Hospital and our Tzu Chi airports. He's looking for the proper way that can fit in our local environments. The exterior is all Western style with lots of glass and balconies that fit in the Australian designing compass. And the interior is decorated with wood, and the herringbone design of the Buddha's skull shows the beauty of the East. And this is where Weicheng we connected in night, and at that grand opening days, and there's another video that I would like to share with you about Dr. Lu Meiyun for the in the little town Tara, there was a nanny dentist service, but Taiwan's Dental International Medical Association starting the free clinic since 2007. And because of their love and the persistencies, the Queensland Dental Association affirms their contributions. In 2022, the Medical Contribution Award to Dr. Lu Meiyun is the first time that Queensland Dental Association presents this to an outsider.
Easy decision to nominate her.
这20年来，除了在布里斯本，那还有雪梨、墨本，还有博斯，都有这个人医会的团队在当地。
In the past 20 years, in Brisbane, Sydney, in Melbourne, and Perth, we all had our international medical team at the local performing the free clinic service. And the recognition like today is to praise all the members in our teams. It's the medical team from Australia, our international teams. Let's welcome them to. So with this affinity, the overseas family can really come here to meet us. We really appreciate them. And everybody know that the young generation, they will come back to Taiwan to spend their Lunar New Year's years. And the relay of love for generations, they really actually pass on this master's preach into the next generations. And for the young generation, they really need to have a role model to learn from. And Weicheng says, please don't say that, because at the Singapore and Malaysia, there are lots of young volunteers too, and they also accompany them, and they were always accompanied with love. If you look at me, that I might be a little old, but if I stand in between them, I feel very young, very energized. At that time when I visited Australia, they were all very hardworking persons. So like Lu Meiyun, she has been doing Tzu Chi for 23 years. Since she was very young, she's starting to perform all the service, all the Tzu Chi's volunteer work, and was affirmed from the local person, and to award this medical contributions to her. And it's not. And let's welcome the Brisbane talented persons, our talented volunteers. And now we're going to relay the two of them to share their presentation. A venerable master and all with all families. Morning. For the relay of love for generations. This is the first time that I write to Kaohsiung, Jinsiho, and I heard about the Dr. Meza. I feel very impressed. I think we all, because of this love that we keep us, can keep us here, and because our parents' love and the senior volunteers' love, that bring us all together to Tzu Chi. Under this environment, I still remember when I first joined Tzu Chi, the collegiate volunteers. At that time, we all Zheng Shufen, Sister Zheng Shufen, always invite us for the tea party, invite us for dinners, accompany us with loves along the way. And lots of with their volunteer, with their service, finished after the activities in the service, they will always cook the meals for us, like a pumpkin rice or bean curd, dragon curds, cheesecake. We always have lots of snacks to enjoy it after we did our jobs. And then finally, you cannot even eat it right outside. They always keep feeding us and also accompany us. And after we graduated, we're also doing the same thing to accompany the young generations. We also want to pass on this love and to bring in more volunteers into our groups. And our teaching students, like twice a year, during the exam periods, we have a lot of students from overseas. They might they might not have their parents accompany them, and they probably just eat the cup noodle to spend the whole week, or just eat snack. They don't really have time for their main course, main meals. So we prepared this box lunch that can deliver to them, and every day we have different kinds of ingredients. And with this kind of love that we can take care of their body, and hopefully they can also join us as volunteers. So our home, the first time when we designed our home, we decided to make it Qing's home. They can come over here to celebrate, to a birthday party or family reunions. So it's one time as the Qing acts. If we accumulate civil service, can we find a key card to your house that we can come in anytime we want? So they really like to come over to our families. And the next, I'm gonna let the Weicheng, Father Weicheng, to share with us. And good morning, everyone. I'm so appreciate that in 1999, the father and sister Zheng Shufen, she made her vow to establish a school, humanities school. At that time, we really don't know what kind of benefits for the humanities school can do to our missions. But this is actually the key point, because at the beginning we have 80 students, but like this year we already have 350 students every year attending our schools. So we are sowing the seeds of kindness, so there will be more get closer to the Ciji's junior volunteers. And at that time, we find the difference in generations, because in the early years, a lot of immigrants will come from Taiwan to Australia. And nowadays, more and more immigrants, first generation immigrants, that move back to Taiwan. So if we only rely on the students from overseas, all the Ciji will be like duckweeds, that we won't have enough persons. So we made our decision that we promote the companionship program for the Ciji juniors. And at the beginning, we really have no idea what we are going to do. At first time, when we performed the Ciji camping, and there was a lot of mess because nobody knows what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to arrange the activity for those junior kids. And in 2001, we have another camp, and it was led by the sister Wang Zhixing. At that time, myself wasn't there, but later on, I heard lots of stories. We need to face lots of challenges in order to achieve this heritage jobs. So since 2007 till now, it's been 15 years. The Ciji camping, it's been 15 years, and this is the key point for in Brisbane. And like half the Ciji were starting from the Ciji juniors until now, and they will be the mentors of the Ciji. So we can pass on this generations to generations. And follow up, I'm going to let Yixun, Sister Yixun, to share with us. Venerable Master and Master from both. Good morning. My name is Yixun from Australia. I really appreciate that. I grew up in the Ciji's families because my mom, Shufen, and Qiming, because the whole families or join Tzu Ji's volunteer work. So since high school, I also joined Tzu Ji Juniors volunteers. I have all the companions from the seniors volunteers, and with lots of senior volunteers, they give us a reassurance that let go their hands and let us can shoulder the responsibilities. So, like starting from the 20 years ago, the inland free cleaning, the disaster relief, the home visiting, we even took the small aircrafts, fly over to small towns that was far away from the Brisbane. So for the all free cleaning was organized by one of our Tzu Ji students and the other senior students to in charge of this inland free clinic. And myself, in Brisbane, I in charge of the charity departments when I was in college. And another senior volunteer should lead me. I'm very interested in interacting with people. So the other sister let me starting my home visitings. And sister also let me visit these recipients twice a month. So I incur this home visits responsibilities and also the charity. And since 2011, the flooding, also last year in 2022, another floodings. At that time, we also learned how the senior volunteers treat us to give us lots of reassurance, and so we can let go our hand and let the young generation, let the juniors to take over the responsibility to contact with the governments or to do a home visit. They were all undertaken by our young junior volunteers. And with the group like this, we want, like the city government in Brisbane, they really want to sign another contract with us to cooperate with us because of the Tzu Ji's their outstanding performance. And twice a month on our food distributions, lots of them, they were refugees because of their parents doesn't receive the good education. Usually they don't, their study is not very well. So the volunteers try to accompany them and also educate them and accompany the free cleaning. And these two are also starting from Suzheng. The next will be Guogong, Farsit Father Guogong. I'm the husband of Yixun. I'm so grateful to have my in-law and my family that we can join Tzu Ji's families. As you see, the Brisbane's branch was established, and it was in 6 years, starting from the first thoughts that until now, and teach. The master also says the hardware actually is easy, but the software is very difficult. Like in the new branch, we have Jingsi bookstore and the kindergarten. We also need somebody to take responsibility of this. So we have Huayan and Huilian, Sister Huiyan. They can take responsibility for this. So let's take a introduce to them. Sister Huilian herself is from Malaysia and she doesn't drink coffee at all. But every time when she drink coffee, she feel tachycardias. So but in a bookstore, the coffee is the main elements in the bookstores. And it's not just any regular coffee beans. We are very detailed to pick the good coffee beans. And she will try this. She will try every single kinds of the bean that even that will cause her discomfort, but she still personally try all different flavors of coffees. And the other sister herself is in the medical backgrounds, and she also spent lots of time. And I still have a lot to share with you. And what we can do now is to accompany them. And at that time, the director, we need to have a interview and don't know where to start it. And I'm not really familiar with that, but I just accompany her to the interview. And it is even nervous. I'm so more nervous than she does. And if the hardware, if the building reconstructed, and hopefully we can start the construction program next year. And the Brisbane has a strong backups. Doesn't matter whether it's our senior volunteer or the Qings. If you have ever worked outside, you will see, and lots of times when you are making a promise, you will always know that they were always standing behind you to support you. Despite of the space or the equipments, the volunteers always promise and give us all the supply that we need. And I'm going to invite my in-law to share their presentation. Hello, everyone. I'm so appreciate that yesterday from the Master's preachings, the Affinity is so miracles because the originally director is not me. It was assigned to someone else, but because the Affinities, then in just an overseas phone call, I'm in Taiwan and I just received the phone call, but without thinking, I had to drop everything. And also my kids are coming back to Taiwan, but I'm leaving for Australia. I don't have any experience, any arrangement, but all I have is the courage. So I went all the way by myself to Brisbane to shoulder these responsibilities. And for our so all the senior volunteers at local, they accompany the Qings and give them lots of space to grow up. And they were very mindful. And with the Master's preachings, they really bear that in mind. We thank them, the Qings, Thank you for all the Tzu Jing that can make the Tzu Jing's mission promoted very smoothly, and we can have a very localized and very beautiful new branch. The families found all over the world. Hello, like yesterday, Master says love. Master used love and she gave us a blessing about Brisbane. He said at the last to make an inventory of your life. When I watched that videos, did I ever achieve that inventory of life? Did I do that? I think I did. I'm 70 years old. And I am in the old generation now. And look back to my past, because I was in Australia and I can achieve this achievements. Can reach this achievement. The first time I make the Christmas trees. The second of all, our Tzu Jing, even the middle age, they say, Brother Su, they want to perform the free clinic. But at that time, there are no movable medical chairs, and with 4 dentists, but no movable medical chairs. And now we have more than 100 dentists and medical staff there in our associations. And the educations, at first, the Master said, Shufen, you have to make their education, promote the education. And only because of her words that we have 80 students from the beginning in our humanities schools, and now we have more than 300 students every year to attend the school. And the third, we pass on the Master's preaching generation to generations, and we have 3 generations living together under the same roof. And there were so many families like us in Brisbane, not only the Tzu Chi family, but lots of our Tzu Chi volunteers, they really do it and did it to make the whole family join Tzu Chi's volunteer work. And when Brother shared with us that he is like a rescue squad. He doesn't really have any planning. But what I am is I will plan for whatever Master wanted to do. So right now we are working at Gangshan. We're starting from ground zero. We cannot find any sufficient manpowers. We don't have environmental stations. Our affinity with Gangshan is not much because most of the time we stay in Australia. We don't really know much people around Gangshan. They are not familiar with us. But because of his courage, I will do whatever the Master told me to do. So to all sisters and brothers, my sharing is finished. So let's do whatever the Master wants us to do. The relay of love for generation to generation. Relay of love passed on generation to generations. They gave us the best role best samples. This is Weicheng's mom. They're all very young, but they're very talented. I have been to their house. It's a very warm place. I mean, Weicheng's family is like a Qing's family, and it was very well decorated. And with such a beautiful home, do you prefer to stay home most of the time with your wife? Yes, of course. And we also have a chance to introduce the sisters and also her son and the in-laws. Because of them, they lead all our mid-age generations and accompany our Ciji juniors to grow together. And the Zixin and Roxin, they already returned to Taiwan. Even they are very busy, but they has to be here at this time. I just want to we'd like to be with you because you have positive energy. We thank you again for being here. Now let's go back to the things. We can see the Brisbane's the generation to generation, see the young generation that can take over the Ciji's missions. Okay, that's.
So now it's activity team's turn. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a break and do some exercise besides. Watch a show. Good. Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. I have been working for a whole year, and today I'm off. And next year is gonna be year rabbit. So I am leaving now. Like, bye-bye, everyone. Where are you going? Come back here. Oh yeah, it's still year tiger. So you can go until January 21st. All right. So don't go. Hey, I'm so tired. Okay. So can you hear me? Oh, I'm so tired, really tired. Okay. Hey, have a good day. Yeah. Hey, so everyone, how are you? And I don't like your hairstyle at all. So what are you doing? Right? Okay. I don't like your hair. You have to dye your hair back to black. I say this for the good sake of you. Even not my mom. You are just a Ciji volunteer. I don't like you. I'm leaving now. You know, this is really, really terrible that you spend my money and then you go with someone else. It's horrifying there. I feel so sad, right? Yeah. And he is since she was young, she's been in a supplementary classes for such a long time. And Xiulan is just like her mother, right? I hate your classes, right? You just take all the best students without any abilities and spend a lot of time and money. How can you say that? I think it is great to see healthy children, although they are really introvert. Although they are not introvert and too outgoing, energetic, right? Xiulan, has 3 children by herself. Although she has to do a lot of hard work, and she still vows to take care of our underprivileged children. and learn wisdom. You see, this is kind of good spirit, right? 秀兰 is good, right? Come on, I haven't finished. You know, such a wonderful spirit. It is so touching, right? Isn't she just like a bodhisattva? Well, then, and Xiaolan is a sunshine in winter and a hope, you know, in a turbidity world. Of course, she is, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, please stretch out your hand and open up your heart and turn on ITV and watch it, 南国小太阳. This is a great drama. So let's learn the spirit of Xiaolan and spread the great love. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up.
请坐，谢谢。好，非常感恩，我们有收到这份爱。讲师初级精彩自己，我对不起静源老师哈。遇见作家深度展阅，即兴登场，能量昂扬。老师一来，让我们非常开心。您看到简报，非常感恩老师年年都给我们这样的正能量，并且呢，他叫我是小蜜蜂哈。然后一开始我听到小蜜蜂
是有条件才去做事情，是因为做事情得到大家的支持，才有了这样的条件。你要去创造那样的条件跟那样的因缘，你不能等所有东西都聚集了，然后才觉得，所以我。
Okay, so let's take a look at this, and I have everyone's support, so I can do it right. And we have to really do something and form good like an affinity, so people will support us. You can't wait until affinity to come. And we have a lot of like different ways for cultivation. So this is really important for us to know something. This is the Dharma essence. Well, and Mr. Zheng Yan, you know, is very firm that okay, everyone can be the Buddha in the future. So let's bow to Mr. Zheng Yan and become the Bodhisattva and spread the Dharma teachings globally. And through online study group Kaohsiung, then we can really spread a pure stream of Mr. Zheng Yan's teaching to the world. So this is the blessings from Jingyuan. And Jingyuan called me like a bee, right? Okay. And she says that because, I do everything and I can just spread the Dharma everywhere as easy as a bee. So maybe this is why she calls me like a bee, right? Okay. So in the screen, okay, as you can see here, it is an illustration, okay, from Jingyuan and Aban, and they are the blessings from you, and thank you, I got them. And here, let me tell you, they are the graphic designers, and we have wonderful outcomes here because of all the volunteers, right? And Jingyuan, let me tell you, okay, you still have your own time, so let's get on to your topic, tips for compiling the Dharma essence, right? And Jingyuan, and she's the chief of the Ciji Codification Office, right? And ladies and gentlemen in Kaohsiung and online, okay, good day. And I just, heard the sharings from volunteers in Australia. And I also see kind of a wonderful exercise, and you were just like my warm sunshine, right? And well, I want to share with you, but this is nothing special, right? Okay, tips for compiling the Dharma essence, right? Actually, this is not a secret. And in our life, actually, we have a lot of questions, and we want to know about the answers, right? Just like children. And we continuously ask questions, right? Just like why do we die, and what have we done, etc. Just like a volunteer from Australia, they say that they have done this, they have done that. So we want to make it clear, right? And what I say today is we want to make what clear the Dharma essence, the Jingsi Dharma essence. We have to not only put the Dharma teachings of Mr. Zheng in mind, but also keep it. We have to codify it, right? Therefore, compilement is really important, right? Okay, I began having this thinking in 2016, right? Okay, and this is our Dharma lineage, and this is the Jingsi school, right? Okay, and Mr. Zheng Yan really hopes that all her thinking systems has to be kind of systematic, right? Okay, it is intangible, and it is invisible, but this is very important essence, right? For example, like Amitabha and the Guan Yin, okay, and the Shakyamuni Buddha, okay, they just pass on the Dharma to us, which are intangible and invisible, but they are useful. Where are they? They are in books, right? And they are on the internet, and they are everywhere, okay? So this is the job we are doing, right? Okay, yeah. Just for example, when I go to Kaohsiung, I of course take a train, okay, and then I go to Kaohsiung. Then where do I go? I go to Jingsi Hou, and I go back to where? Or I go back to Jingsi Hou in Hualien. And this is my system, and this is my schedule, right? So we have to put the Dharma scheduled. All right, and 2016 was the 50 years. I mean, 50th years of Ciji. All right, well, and 50-something years, right? And what can I do? Okay, if I want to make it systematic, like a codification, how tough it is, as you can just imagine, right? Okay, and so I had a meeting with all the masters and pure practitioners. Okay, we talk about what is Dharma lineage, right? And how can we begin doing so, right? And how are we going to present the Dharma lineage in the Ciji school, right? And how do we just express and make it clear about Mr. Zheng Yan's teachings, right? If Mr. Zheng only says to promote vegetarianism, and when Mr. Zheng says so, but we still eat meat, and it is that we never put her teachings into action, right? Okay. Well, in the Lotus, in the sutras, right, and we always hear that, as I heard as a beginning, right. However, if we also do this in Tzu Chi school, and it is not suitable because well, we have a technology and we have an internet, and everything can be really like a synchronized. So it is as if that we could just get into the Dharma really, really immediately. So we need something really, really urgent, really, really immediate, that we can transform ourselves into Dharma and combine both of the two parts together, all together, put them into action, right? Okay, and this is what Master Zheng expects to see, right? Okay, and she wants to keep all the history, keep all the stories, and they are the Dharma lineage. And now modern people can just take them into their like a body, and they use them, and just be with them all the time. And this is the direction that we have, right? And in 2017, in March 17, okay, 2017 to 2018, we spent almost a year, okay, and we have almost like 900 people doing this. So all the all the difficulties are really, really overcome, and we collected finally 127 stories in the Dharma lineage, right? Okay, and maybe you will say, "Hey, come on, why don't you just collect this story, that story?" Okay, let me tell you, we really have to select important ones. And I'm not saying that the others are not important, but because this is a lineage, so we just do it gradually. And now, for example, on YouTube and on the links online, then you will hear a lot of news stories, right? Okay, so same here. So some year in July 2018, I was in Kaohsiung, and I participated in a musical like a sutra adoption, and a lot of opinions were therefore expressed, right? Okay. And Master Zheng also said that she expected that her Dharma lineage can be really compiled to nourish people's life, the wisdom life, right? And Master Zheng therefore saw me asking, "Can I do it?" All right. And I just replied that this is our duty. I'm your disciples. I do it. Welcome. Yeah. Okay. And tell you the truth, right? Every week, and every day, I began feeling so nervous just because of this mission, right? Okay, because every week, originally I just had to take care of the volunteers internationally online, okay, and just share a lot of touching stories, right? However, they are really, really something relaxing for me. And as I received the mission from Mr. Zheng Yuan, okay, and I realized that, come on, something big is falling on my shoulder, right? Okay, and I was thinking, Mr. Zheng Yuan, are you sure this is something to do with me? I have to do that. I have to analyze your Dharma essence, right? All right. However, I still reply to Mr. Zheng Yuan, yeah, this is your order, and this is your mission. And as a disciple, I take it, right? Okay. Well, the one more example that, okay, today I'm doing my presentation today to you within only maybe 30 something minutes. But how much preparation do I have to do, right? Yeah, the same. Okay. And we began our a Dharma lineage codification since 2018, all right? And how many years has it been? See, it's been already 5 years, right? And I really want to say, okay, to Mr. Zheng that, okay, can I just stop doing so? And I don't want to do it anymore, right? Okay. But maybe Mr. Zheng would reply to me that, all right, if you don't do that, what do you want to do, right? And if she is in a good mood, maybe she will just give me a kind of a bad look. And well, I don't know. And I would say, Mister, I am so tired. I don't want to do that, right? Okay, can I stop doing so? But of course, they are just the imagination, and the answer is that I can't, right? Okay. So when Mr. Zheng herself could just listen to herself about what she did and what stories she had told and what Dharma teachings she had ever given, she must be very excited, right? Okay. And thinking of this, right? Okay. I think this is my responsibility, so I have to do it. I have to take up the responsibility. Okay. And if we only have such things like Master Zheng in mind and think about what our like a future life would be, full of Dharma, it's gonna be perfect, right? Okay. Yeah, okay. And the Master Zheng's teaching is always kind of easy to understand, like doing good deeds and be filial to parents, right? Yeah, and we are happy when we listen to this, right? But I tell you this, a thinking must have its like origin, right? Okay. And so we have to go back and search such origins, right? Just like a river that flows to many countries or provinces, right? And where does the river begin, right? Okay. And this is our work, like what event and what thinking, right? So, well, okay. And another example is that the war in Ukraine and Russia has been like, so you know, almost a year, right? And why did the war begin? And how is it going, right? And this is the whole thing that, okay, we are watching in the world, right? Okay, yeah. And let's talk about the COVID-19, right? And why did we have a COVID-19 and how did it just last, right? And what made us, wear the mask for over 3 years, right? Okay, so everything has its like origin, beginning, and so where something begins is a really important element, right? Okay, so let's begin. We have to try to search it. Okay, right. And we have to search for a long time. Okay, and if we don't begin doing so, and it's gonna be well, beginningless. Let's say. Okay, okay.
All right. So we search all the lecture and the history from the database. Then it seems like test your wisdom that how to choose the correct one for the history. So when we try to filter or all the data, then sometimes volunteers probably will miss something touched. And we probably remember that at that time seems like something happened and you'd better to check it out again. So tracing back to what Master talked about, no matter the teachings or stories, when she repeated, it seems like it's quite important. And we have to think about why she been talking about it again and again. So in terms of such kind of concept, we have to present the main point, and we have to think over and over. We have to think about what's the reason behind, and also because whatever happened, there must be a cause. And also we have to think about the background of the timing and when it happened and what is the background for the story. Of course, we have to try to understand thoroughly at that moment. And also, when we talk about the person, such as the care recipient, we can actually see history from person or the charity cases we've been done. So, and also we have to think about is there any pictures or photos as the verification. And like when I began, what I did is like the salmon mula hidden in the grain of rice, and the mountains and rivers are cooking in the pot. And I thought that was done in 2018. And from what I just mentioned, that it inspired me that for those, actually it's not began in 1966. So as the first year of Ciji, Master machined like the salmon mua hidden in the grain, not, yeah. So do you remember that when we performed the sutra adaptation in Kaohsiung Alumna, then yeah, there's a section that Master asked us to add more and more water from cooking back in 1966. Because at that year, we probably think we got different perspectives with different background. So in 2016, we talk about with love, we can come together to serve. And with wisdom, we can see the world in the sea. That is talking about, that is talking in Ciji 50th anniversary. So from 1966, we got the abroad started distribution. And in 1994, Anhui, during the drought, so the farmers donated rice seeds. And also in 2008, Myanmar disaster, the farmers also start the rice banks movement. So actually, in terms of rice, it's actually, there are many stories in Ciji history. And I was also doing some works on the 7th lunar month. And in Chinese traditional ritualistic, people regarded it as like a ghost month. They burn incense, they burn judge paper. And when I start work for Ciji, I understand that the 7 lunar months actually is auspicious. And yeah, it's quite different from general thinking. And when I trace back the Ciji history, actually Hualien Ciji Hospital and the Dalian Ciji Hospital both were opened in the 7th lunar month. One is in 1986, the other one is in year 2000. So like what Master said, every day is a good day. And as long as we have the right thoughts, then everything is good. And our Tzu Chi Hospital also self-guide lives, love, and health. And in 2018, I was thinking that Master been talking about making offerings of harmony, and because she been repeating this, it's obviously quite important, and probably not all volunteers make it. So as the what I show you that that is harmony, and we can work in unity. And now, in the past, that seems like because every volunteers have different living backgrounds, so we actually have many volunteers have different opinions during when they do Tzu Chi works. So they actually some complain to masters. So and that's why master asks everyone to work in harmony. And for the in 1995 volunteer assembly, there's Kaohsiung commissioner. Actually, that in long time ago, it seems like the volunteers in Kaohsiung not work in unity. So actually, Mr. Zheng Yan said it's probably because of the Kaohsiung culture. And when we think of that, it actually that master spent a lot of time to accompany everyone. And yeah, commissioners asked master, do you have anything to tell us before our return? And the master replies, be harmonious. So, and actually now, Kaohsiung volunteers are quite harmonious. So not only Taiwan volunteers to be harmonious, but also for global Tzu Chi volunteers, they also need to be work in harmony. And there's once in 2018, there's a diligence camp, and master was in Xindian, and there are also volunteers from Philippines. And at that time, the as CEO Li Weisong said, we should be in harmonious as masters still around. So they he's talking with tears because at that time, and I was wondering why he said that. Why he said that while master is still around. So, like as you can see from the presentation, that he keeps saying that must let go and let go the ego and the attachment. So when we repent in front of master, and some people actually ask, is that true? And next, when I'm talking about like guiding ourselves with precepts and managing by love, someone asked me that, could you tell us something about the mission? And like in 2014, and So I actually talk something related to our missions. So like in 2014, Taiwan Joint Commission on Hospital Accreditation, Mr. said Tzu Chi was established nearly 50 years. So all the 4 missions must create good good system example. And everyone must be self-disciplined and follow the teachings. So to all Tzu Chi volunteers, it's not like just a rule, but we should penetrate, we should then the religious spirit penetrate our heart and then act, put into action. So she hoped that for missions can all make it. And Master also expects everyone to be mindful and shoulder a responsibility. So we can set up the example, the system for future missions and grow our wisdom life. And so that not only we can apply it locally, but we can also apply to the world. And when talking about survivors remain calm and deceased rest in peace, and during that time, I watched TV news frequently, and it seems like not all TV channels focus on major events. Therefore, in many disasters, actually, Tzu Chi volunteers are the first one in there. And Master says, life and death are natural laws. And just like leaves or a leaf fall from the trees. So she talked about that survivors should be calm so that deceased can rest in peace. And that is started from 1995. Volcano crop fire in Taichung was quite impressive because at that time, there many people died. And I remember that a mom with her 3 daughters went to a restaurant, and her 3 daughters passed away in the fire. And I can feel her sad when she talked about this. So as the master of the society, Master says that when she see the sad the grief of the victim family, the sadness is beyond description. And many victims are young people, and their parents are not there not to face the fact. So, and also in 1998, the crash of China Airlines, there are more than 200 people passed away. And under that weather, Tzu Chi volunteers also help there day and night. And Master also said that we should help survivors to remain calm. And no matter what kind of disasters happened afterward, this sentence is quite practical to all the people. The survivors must become and so that disease can rest in peace. So we should let go. And in 2016, there's a past fire. We also hope that the victim family can ease their mind so the deceased can rest in peace. So this is a good way to comfort the victim families. And we talk about recruiting Bodhisattva, and we can find we should live out the Buddha's teaching in the world. So when we talk about the origin of recruiting Bodhisattvas, actually it's like back in 1986, Mr. said she had limited strength, especially like when building up the hospital, there are many hardships. So if many people can give their hands to support, then we can stand. So there's a commissioner, Ye Cailian, in Taipei. When she heard that, she vowed to recruit more grad. And she was running the grocery store. So when there's children came to buy something, she asked children to donate. And if you don't, she said, if you don't have that much money, then you can save a few dollars a time, and then accumulate it to a certain amount. We can donate to help you to the hospital. And children replied positive. So she had confidence to encourage others adopt, and that she also wrote a poster on the cash counter that recruiting Bodhisattva. And in 2002, she was on TV and to share this event. Master heard of that when she traveled into all the places. She admired these wisdom words, and since that, we can use that as the slogan to recruit volunteers. So when we talk about the journal of compassion, I think everyone can see the news from TV talking about the Typhoon Marath. Tzu Chi helped with the Grada village. And I remember that there's a meeting from government to talk about the reconstruction, and Master hoped to the Master hoped to build the village in different places, and we trace back the history, and in 2010, Master talked with Pingdong volunteers, and she gave a clear direction that we should build up a permanent housing for the victims so they can live generation after generation. and there are much right or wrong and praise or standard. But at that moment, what came to Master's mind is just finish the reconstruction as soon as possible. At that moment, there's actually someone charged her that in such a short notice, are you sure you can build a durable, permanent house? Don't give you your promise, but fail to act. At that moment, actually, we feel it's sort of, that one was quite a straightforward question, Master. However, Master didn't feel angry. And she said, many people want to stop our idea, but we need to show our resilience and endurance. We want to build an international modern village. So with that clear direction, we spent only 88 days to complete the Sanlin Great Dai Village. That is really a good model for that. And the one charged her, of course, was quiet. And because of our, because we all have the common concept on the Great Big Hall. And in 1990, excuse me, Dean is calling you, because it's 35 minutes already. So, all right, I'll speed up. And because we've been building house, schools, and in that year of Eastern China flood, and I remember that the Master said, if disaster victims didn't put on the jackets, then she won't put on many clothes. She'll bear the chill. So that year, after volunteers called back saying that the jacket delivered to the victim, and Master was willing to add thermal afterward. And last year, the year before last year, Master been talking about the stream and to encourage everyone work in the same direction. And with the clear construction, we can work efficiently, won't be like a house on wheel. So from the from our family to the community and to the world, and we can work well together. And as you can see from the picture, yeah. And also, I already shared my presentation materials, so you can check it out afterward. And if you have the, if you are clear with the keywords, then you can find out the origin of the Dharma lineage. Thank you so much. Thank you for Jingyuan. And usually I will ask the sharing to contribute their own topic. But this time, I actually requested Jingyuan teacher teacher Jingyuan to share these tips of compiling the Dharma essence. And we have feedback from the audience that what Jingyuan talked about is part of our study group. And we also got feedback from Yu that what Jingyuan just talked about help us to understand the Jingsi Dharma lineage. We also have the feedback from Shandong that she's human and she's talking of we like her speeches that benefit us a lot. And also I'll keep on doing a thing to be diligent working on spreading Dharma to the world. So we are grateful to Jingyuan and hope Jingyuan can come again next year. Even not showing on site, we still want to tell you that we like to be with you because you have positive energy. Thank you so much. Thank you. And here's our preview. We'll have Dr. Hongdian from Kaohsiung Tima and also have guide readers. And also we'll have Wu Qiufeng, Chief of Nursing Department, as well as Ingrid Liu from Tzu Chi University. And also thank you so much, everyone. Let's say goodbye to everyone. Thank you.